3 bites for Blackburn Rovers as we succumb to our first defeat of the season, losing to down the dumps Coventry City. Who's the real deal? Was it the host? Was it us? Who is it? We'll take a look next. That's right, folks, back once again with another video today. It's all about reviewing the shit show that was Blackburn Rovers, that's right, against Coventry City as we come back to Ewood, licking our wounds, of course. 3-0 defeat at the RFBS BFBCQ Rico Arena, that's right. Coventry City coming out on top. They've woken up and Blackburn Rovers have gone to sleep. We'll take a look at all of it in a second. What am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about, of course, Rovers shit in the bed to succumb to their first defeat. We'll get to that in a minute. Big shout out to the VIPs, the other Patreons. Respect to you and respect to the members. All part of the family, that's right. I have another way that you could become part of the family. What am I talking about? Well, I'm talking about this. Yep, that's right, folks. We've been nominated for 2 categories at this year's Football Content Creator Awards, and I'm trying to make sure we get into the podium finish. Podium, is that right? Yeah, the podium. Want to get in there. Bronze, silver, or hopefully gold. That's right. Make Blackburn Rovers relevant by smashing the old vote button. Head over to the link on the screen. It's also a QR code. And if you want to just click and go, there is a, well, we're clicking a couple more clicks and goes, but there is a link in the description that will take you right to where we need the votes. Best club content creator for the Football League. Best podcast for the Football League. Please, please, please go ahead and vote, because this could be the only thing we could win this season. And because Rovers were dog shit. 3-0 in the end. Look at it. Pretty grim shot. It says 10 shots. It doesn't feel like we had 10 shots. Felt like we had 0 shots. But anyway, let's get the shit out the way here first. So the first goal, Jake Bidwell, free kick. I can't really complain too much about it, but Lewis Travis was probably at fault for that one. But it was a good goal. And to be fairness, at half time, you know, this game was evenly matched, despite them having the 1-0 lead. It was kind of even Stevens. I thought we were a little bit hard done by to be trailing. I thought if we got the second cast, if we could come out of the blocks on the right foot second half, then we could get something out of this game. But it wasn't us. It was actually, it was poor second half. And I think it's we've got to be accountable for our errors, and I think Travis was a little bit accountable for that goal, the first goal. The second goal was all Tyree Stolen, who just had a really bad day at the office. Of course, he's been earmarked to be the man of the moment. He's got to be the man who's supposed to be driving us forward. And on his day, he can be a game changer. He can turn it around. But when he is on his game, is very much off than on. You know what I mean? If you played 10 games with Tyree Stolen, you know, he's probably on his game maybe twice out of those 10. So it's frustrating. He had a lot of the ball, and he was trying to do his moves and his shakes. You know what I mean? Special attack, whatever, R9, you know, all the special, you know. It didn't work out. And then he was on the ball second half, and he was giving it. It was like he was in a 100-meter sprint. And that's fine if you're going in the way of our goal, going for goal. But he was 100-mile at the sprint, ball to his feet, going towards our goal, towards Pears. The worst back pass ever as a gift. It was a gift to Coventry, 2-0. Game over. It really was game over at that point. I was still hopeful that we could get a goal or the third goal and maybe get way back into it. But Brandon Thomas-Asante put that to bed with another good goal. So 3-0. And yeah, you guys aren't mugs. Coventry are a good side. They are a good side. But we were playing them at a really bad time of the season for them. They were down in the dumps. We were on cloud 9, hadn't tasted defeat. This was the perfect opportunity for Rovers to get a result against a side that's been a thorn in our armour for a long time. For the past couple of seasons, we've got a couple of draws out of them, but those were stretches. And they've got the chief shithouse merchant extraordinaire between the sticks, Ben Wilson, who does my tits in. And he does live rent free in my head because he's so frustrating. And he's got one of them faces, you know what I mean? One of them bloody faces This is him now. He's bogging me. He's nagging me. Give me a minute. Yeah, and we've got to, fingers of blame have got to be pointed at the personnel. I think Tyrese is a frustrating player. He can open doors with his tricks and his moves, but there's a time and a place. And I also want to say that I think Eustace may have got this team a little bit wrong today. It was very much balls to the wall. When you look at it, yes, there's players that in there that have been solid. Danny Bath at the back, and of course you can't really change much about Harry Pickering at the left hand side, and I get that. But I think the attacking four with Haji, Cantwell, Wyman, and Dolan, that was for an away game against a team such as Coventry, who do have the tools, and it was proven right today. They have the tools to do some damage when they're on it, and they were on it today. It was way too much attacking. I thought I would have, and I know it's easy to say now after a defeat, because if we'd won 1-0, then he got it spot on. Yeah, he would have got it spot on. But no, I actually looked at it and thought, this is quite a bold move by Eustace to go in for. He's going for it, basically. He's having a crack, but it didn't work out. I think it was too attacking, and we got found out. We got cut open, sliced open like a hot knife through butter. And when it comes to the point where we want to go for the game, we've thrown all our best attacking players on there, really. Yuki's exhausted. Cantwell's pulled all the tricks out. Dolan's just not having it. Wyman's not there as well. It was just poor all around. So we went too blasé, too attacking. I would have had Baker in there instead of Cantwell or Dolan. Maybe Dolan's an easy out now because he was shit. But at least one of those would not have started in my eyes. And then I would have had Hedges instead of Wyman. And I like Yuki, and Yuki's great, and he'll get back to scoring ways, I know. But I don't think he's a starter. Right now, he's not a starter. He's more of a finisher. I would chuck him on the last 15 minutes, especially games against this standard. I thought Big Mac would have had more nous, more, we're not here. I don't think we were, my mentality was, we're not going to win this game. We're not coming in to win. We're coming in to get something out of this game. Get a draw. We might win the game. But if we can get a point, then so be it. Fantastic. But we were too blasé, too attacking, and we got found out with a team that's littered with attacking prowess. They got Haji, Wright, Sims on the bench. I don't even know if it came on. We might find that in a minute. Thomas-Asante is a beast. He's a phenomenal pickup for Coventry. Very jealous. And they were on it today, and we were so badly off it. Let's take a look at those team news in a second. I should really have the graphics the other way around. But anyway, this is the shot grid for Rovers in the blue. Very sparse. We only had, actually had more touches than Coventry did. And we had more passes than they did. But look how many shots they had. They absolutely peppered us. Thomas-Asante with 3 of them. Mason Clark coming on as well. Substitute early doors. He had a couple. Even the guys at the back, Ewick, Kitching, Thomas, they all had shots. Look at us here. Look at this. It does say Yuki had a couple, Cantwell had one as well, but really the efforts that we had were pretty terrible, and they really threatened bare minimum against this Coventry City side. And as you can see from the match rating, 7.14 from who scored. Rovers all the way down there with a 6.06. That's how bad we were. Meanwhile, let's take a look at those lineups in a bit more detail. As you see, man, look, 7s all across the board here. 6.9 for Bobby Thomas and Sakamoto, who was a little bit hard done by to be subbed. Look at Rovers. Look at Rovers. Not a 7 in sight. Very, very poor. Cantwell with a 6.2. I think it's very harsh. I don't know who I would give man of the match. Travis was at fault. Dolan was 6.5. That's ludicrous. Yuki with a 6.1. It's bad. It's bad. All around. And there will be question marks about Ainsley Pears. I don't think those question marks should be had now. I don't think he was at fault, and there was a decent opportunity that came Coventry's way, and he came out on top. Did Pears with a couple of crucial saves. So I don't think it's that time where we throw him under the bus. I think he has to respond well now to Plymouth. And I think a lot of these players have to respond well now to Plymouth. We've got to mix it up a little bit. I think Baker's got to start. I think, again, I would go in with the same mentality that I would have had for this game. Not the John Eustace guns blazing. I would take Yuki out. I would take Wyman out. I'd take Baker out. And Dolan out for sure, and put Hedges back in there, Big Mac up there. Baker has to start, and it will be a bit more of a conservative. Let's kind of just feel to test the waters out a little bit before we maybe make some power subs and go for it in the 66th minute or something like that. So let's, give Wayne Rooney FC a bit of respect where respect is due before, because their home form is pretty solid. Let's take a look at the heat maps then, shall we, for these sides. Let's take a look at Coventry first. This is it. As you see, I think we did boss possession, but that wins you nothing these days. Of course, they covered a lot of grass, left-hand side more than the right. As for Rovers, we preferred the right to the left, but we had all the ball, but we didn't do jack shit with it. And that's the frustration for me. We have all the ball and we don't, it's like tiddlywinks. It's pretty piss poor, if I don't say so myself. Over on Twitter, let's take a look at what the fans have been saying. Chris Martin says, yes, it's one defeat. It's important not to lose our heads over one defeat, but it's the manner of the defeat. F me, that was shit. New York Rover says, all right, I'm officially sick of Dolan. Don't bother signing a contract, just piss off. Mike Dapp says, bad night. Nobody played well. A good start to the season hits its first bump in the road. We were crap, but it's one night. Zero reason to overreact or panic. Move on. Bellas, a wee bit wank. Join me next time for more comprehensive matchday summaries. That's pretty much what I'm saying as well. BRFC.com said it's also, in all seriousness, before I sign off, it's one bad performance after a great start to the season. Bad day at the office. We move on. Adam Catterall said, poor that. Didn't look arsed. Bit of complacency slipping in. Given the start we had, let that slide as long as a one-off. Can't afford that to become a habit. James Marsh said, bad day at the office. Let's chalk it off. We was poor, but let's not undermine the start we've had. Josh 07, BRFC Josh. Dewberry for Dolan, Toff for Pears, Makda for Yuki, and maybe Baker for one of the midfielders. Robert Sharple said midweek away games will never fail to play absolute dog shit. Meanwhile, Flamborough Windows can't help but think we might have been if Haji didn't miss that sitter within the first couple of minutes. Outclassed from the moment on. Chris Lindup said, move on, don't repeat it, and let's go again Saturday. A few fresh faces at the weekend. Koza Dewberry, Gay, Baker, Hedges to start. Tronstad needs a rest. Dolan needs to be replaced, and Wyman also needs a rest. Stephen Davis said, we look knackered tonight. Would like Gay on Sat to start. He tires out the defences to give our attack a chance later on. Talk of Ewood said, poor, tired Rovers performance. Some really sloppy individual performances, a performance that didn't reflect what we've been seeing under Eustace. The beauty of the championship is we dust ourselves down and react on Saturday, and that is what we need. Tom Schofield, we love a crap performance, by the way, on a Tuesday night against Coventry. So poor. Salford Rovers say, stay calm, and still only 3 points off first place. Let's not lose our heads. He is right. Let's not lose our heads, guys, because it is a first victory. It had to come sometime. And of course, these guys ain't no slouches, so let's give them the respect where respect is due. Of course, we're only halfway through the fixtures of the week. Some games coming in action tomorrow. West Brom did lose to Borough. That's a big one. Sunderland, though, back to winning ways. 2-0 winners of a derby. QPR made it another loss for them. Hull, 3 wins on the bounce. Cardiff, big win for them at the foot against Millwall. Burnley beating Plymouth. Norwich and Leeds drawing, as did Luton and Oxford. The table looks a little bit like this. Hull are all the way up to 9th right now after 3 successive wins. Coventry, their first win puts them up to 16th. Rovers down to 5th. But we go again, that's right, on Saturday. But there is a whole stacked out fixture list before the international break. Sunderland take on Leeds. Ding-dong affair, that one. Norwich against now in form Hull City. That's early kickoff on Saturday. Burnley against Preston, bit of a all-Lancashire affair there. Pompey against Oxford, their League One classic of yesteryear. Swansea take on Stoke. Watford take on Borough. Sheffield United take on Luton. That'll be a ding-dong. Derby against QPR. West Brom against Millwall. Coventry against Sheffield Wednesday. Bristol City against Cardiff. But Rovers will be taking on Plymouth, a.k.a. Wayne Rooney FC. Shit day, bad day, terrible day. Let's forget about it. Move on. And of course, let's end this part of the season in style and get a W against Wayne Rooney. It's doable. It's winnable. And to be honest with you, if prior to this game, I wanted a draw. I thought we would get a draw here, and I probably would have said a draw against Wayne Rooney FC. But if we were to come out, and I know this is apples and pears and all this kind of stuff, but if we are to get a win against Wayne Rooney FC, that makes up for this one in my eyes. You know what I mean? It would have picked up more points than I would have expected. So let's not get carried away. Definitely need a bit of a refresh, and I think we would say, because Toff, the goalkeeper, the Hungarian guy, has been brought in to challenge for that jersey. And I know we just come on the back of 3 clean sheets. You know, this is not last chance saloon, but this is a window of opportunity for Toff. He won't come in for Saturday, but I think if Pears has some shitter, a clanger, and we do go into it on the back of successive defeats, I think there will be a change of the guard coming at you when we come back. When I will be at Ewood in October, late October. Anyway, that's it. Subscribe, smash the like. Catch you later. We're done.